Hi book friends! So I figure this will be the start of the first reading vlog I am going to do this year. Last month I didn't finish any physical books. They were all ebooks. Hi Zelda. And so one of my goals this year is to get to a lot more of my physical books to start downsizing, especially my book of the month books, to downsize those and decide which ones I want to keep, which ones I want to donate, stuff like that. And hi. So this morning I picked up The Winter People by Jennifer McMahon, and so far I'm on page 26, and this one I'm definitely already hooked with it. It's got a dual point of view, and it's definitely got creepy vibes so far. Character-wise, I have met Martin and, excuse me Zelda, Martin, his wife, Sarah, and I think based on how it's talked about so far in the book, Gertie, I think, is their daughter. And there's definitely some creepy vibes to it already, which I'm a big fan of. So I'm definitely excited about this. After I finish Winter People, I figure since we're still before Valentine's Day, I will get to The Love Hypothesis to kind of break up, give myself kind of a break from anything thriller or scary wise. So I'm going to try to get to that after The Winter People. Today is Friday the 9th, so I figure this video, I will probably, every other week I will try to post, maybe when I only do reading vlogs, I'll try to post 2 videos a week, my regular video along with the reading vlog video. So this will be going up next week after my regular video. So I'm going to be trying to finish this definitely within the week, and maybe I'll also film my reactions to this. But that's my plan, is to go from The Winter People to The Love Hypothesis, and then from there I want to get to The Winter Sister, which is another thriller, I think, kind of deal. Yeah. So that is my plan for that, for reading, hopefully over this next week. Stuff has been kind of busy and schedules are jam-packed for everyone here right now. I've got, my oldest has been going to rehearsals 1 to 2 times a week for, she's going to be in a musical this spring, which I'm really excited to see her in. This is the first time she's been, gotten herself involved with a musical in high school, so it'll be interesting to see. And the kids have dentist appointments, violin lessons, orthodontist appointments. Fiona had her birthday at the beginning of the month. Kira has her birthday at the end of the month. I have 2 February babies, so everything's just super busy right now. So I'm really hoping, especially over this next week, to be able to prioritize getting to at least 2 of these books, especially this one and The Love Hypothesis. The Love Hypothesis, finishing that one will be my first book of the month book to finish this year. There's 60, I think, some odd book of the month books I have backlogged, and I've mentioned it in one video before, I think, where I canceled my subscription to Book of the Month to take this year to get through as many of my Book of the Month books as I can before if I resubscribe to it. I might be trying a different subscription, I'm not sure yet. We'll see when we get there. So yeah, I will leave this here, and I will see you with my next update for The Winter People. Hi friends, so this is my first reading update for The Winter People so far. I am about 120 pages into it, and it's definitely got a lot of creepiness and stuff. So much so that when I took my oldest daughter, to her violin lesson, and we were getting in the car to leave, it was pitch dark out, and I'm sitting there waiting for the car to warm up, and I was about to take a drink of something, and all I could see in the peripheral vision to my left was this dark shadow of something with like flailing arms, and it was her music instructor. We had forgotten something, but I had been reading this during her lesson, and definite creepy vibes. And so it started out with this woman named Sarah and her husband Martin and their daughter in the early 1900s, and what happened to them initially. You get a little bit of their story, and then it jumps to present day with a character named Ruthie and her little sister Fawn and their mother. Well, Ruthie and Fawn and their mother now live in the house that Sarah and Martin and their daughter lived in. And now, suddenly, for some reason, Ruthie's mother has disappeared. She's not the type to disappear. She's very responsible, loves her routines, stuff like that. And there's also another character, Catherine, I believe is her name, and we're getting a little bit of her story. And both Ruthie and Catherine, each in their own, they haven't, these two characters, Ruthie and Catherine haven't met yet, but I think they will eventually. But they both find books that have been published that were Sarah's diary from when she lived in the house back in the early 1900s. So it's getting pretty interesting so far. And I just read one chapter that had some stuff that was a little gruesome, so yeah, it's a definite thriller, and I'm loving every chapter so far. So I didn't get to read much of it over the weekend because it was an insanely busy weekend, what with grocery shopping, and I got my taxes done, and then yesterday was just, as the Bengal said, just another manic Monday. So I'm doing a lot of reading today in between doing stuff, and I will be back to update you when I have read more. Okay, I am back with another update for The Winter People. I am joined by Rowley, who is bathing himself on me, and my black cat Link. Maxie is over there. Oreo is currently on the other couch, just hanging out. But with The Winter People, they're throwing in more chapters where it's like you're reading from Sarah's diary, which is really interesting because you're seeing what she's going through and how she's dealing with it and her thought process and everything, which, with how creepy it is, it's getting dark, especially with what they call the sleepers, which it's starting to, with the direction it's going in, it's definitely giving me some Pet Sematary vibes. And it was actually last October I started reading Pet Sematary for a buddy read, and I ended up putting the book down for a soft DNF. I am eventually going to go back to it because I do want to finish it, but Pet Sematary got in my head quite a bit because it's just such a dark topic, and it was actually starting to give me nightmares. So I think after a while I will get back to that, but this is definitely giving me the Pet Sematary vibes, just not as dark as Pet Sematary so far. We'll see. So that's the update for now, and I will see you with my next update. Okay, so I just finished The Winter People. 5 stars from beginning to end. It was full of suspense, horror, drama. It had so much to it. This is, I can already tell this is one of my top reads for 2024. 5 out of 5 stars if you are a thriller fan, if you're a horror fan, if you are a historical fiction fan. This is the book you need to read. The Winter People by Jennifer McMahon. I highly recommend it. I will probably be recommending it for so long. There's so much to this story. It was so good. It had multiple points of views and 2 different time periods from the early 1900s to modern day, and it all intertwined so well. There were times where I didn't want to put the book down, even though I had to, because, you know, life and stuff, but it was so good, you guys. I can't even begin. It's got such, I don't even know what to say. I literally just finished it a couple minutes ago. Oh my god. I'll have to sit down and gather my thoughts for it to write out my review for it when I post a review on Goodreads. And yeah, definitely, if you have not read this, please do. I would love to discuss this book with somebody. Hi everyone. So this is going to be a little bit of a couple of things to end the reading vlog for The Winter People. So I'm going to be talking about that, and I'm also going to be, while I talk, working on something. So I added a spread to my reading journal to keep myself more accountable for my book of the month challenge that I want to do for this year, is to try to read all, probably not all, but as many of my backlog of book of the month books that I have before and if I resubscribe to the subscription service. I brought all of the books, I think all of the books. I have to double check as I go through them and organize them onto the bookshelves once I get what's on there currently cleaned off, wiped down the shelves and whatnot. So I am going to be writing, this is where I'm going to keep track of it in the journal, and then I'm going to be writing each title on different colored pieces of construction paper to then fold up and put into this empty animal cracker jar. Reuse stuff, right? Reuse and recycle. So then I'm going to try to do, my goal is to read as many as possible this year, and there's a lot. There's like 60 something. I'm currently reading one that I wanted to read for February, which is The Love Hypothesis, which I'm enjoying very much. But so I'm going to be trying to do this challenge. So aside from that, let's talk about The Winter People. So I gave The Winter People 5 stars. It's a definite 5 stars for me. From the beginning to end, I was very drawn into the story, and you have multiple points of views. You have the points of views of Sarah and her husband Martin back in the early 1900s. And then present day, you have the point of views of a woman named Catherine, who is looking for answers because her husband died, and the only information that she has about where he went, she doesn't know why he went to West Hall, Vermont. That's where the story is set, in West Hall, Vermont. And she has no clue why he would go there. He had said he was going to do photography for a wedding, but he lied, and she wants to find out why. She wants to know. My phone, something turned my video recording off. But so Catherine actually moves out to West Hall, Vermont to try and discover why her husband went there, and it was on the way home from West Hall, Vermont when he died. And so she's looking for answers. And then the other point of view for the present day is this woman named, well, young adult woman named Ruthie, who actually in the present day lives in the house where Sarah and Martin lived in the early 1900s. And there's like legends of supposedly Sarah was haunting the town, and people would leave out offerings for her, and there's a lot that why did I come up with the name Alice? Alice, because that's Ruthie's mother's name. So Ruthie's mother, Alice, actually disappears. So she's home alone with her 6-year-old sister, Fawn, and she's trying to figure out where her mother went, because her mother is not the type to just disappear. Her mother is very much routine. She knows where she's going to be at all times. She's got everything down to routine. So both Ruthie and Catherine are looking for answers to what they don't know. And all of it is connected in different ways back to what happened in the early 1900s with Sarah and Martin and their daughter Gertie. So it's a definite thriller, mystery. It's got some horror to it, which was really awesome. And it was just, from start to finish, just so well done. And I'm not very good at multitasking with this, am I? But it was just a really fun, interesting read, and like, I didn't know, there was no way for me to really guess what was going to happen, and then things kept happening, and it was like, whoa, that was awesome. And the way just everything connects, and it was a definite 5-star, probably going to be one of my top reads for the year. Highly recommend The Winter People by, I think her name was Jennifer McMahon. So there's that. This was my first reading vlog. I had a lot of fun with it. Hopefully, I'm going to try to do one reading vlog a month, depending on, and I'll figure out which books to read for each reading vlog. So I'll have the book of the month challenge I'll be doing. I'm going to try and figure out how many I want to try to read in a month for the challenge, to try and fit them all into the year. I doubt I'll be able to fit all of these into the year, because it's February 20th today. So there's been a lot going on between life and just all sorts of stuff. So it's been a little bit of a roller coaster of a month. I'll put it that way. But all in all, things are good. I've got goals for different things that I'm starting to get rolling. So especially with, I don't know if you can tell with my background, I'm still in the same room I've made videos in, just in the opposite corner. You're currently sitting in the alcove that my mother and I opened up this part of the wall into the closet, into what was the closet. So you're currently sitting on the desk that we installed attached to the wall. So there's going to be a lot going on with that. We've got shelves that are going to be going up along the wall there for different things. I've got projects that I'm going to be starting to make, hopefully by, if not the end of this month, it'll definitely be next month. So I'm excited to start that too. So I guess I will, since I am doing such a terrible job multitasking with writing all these down and talking, I will end the video here. I hope you enjoyed this reading vlog. I had fun making it. And maybe at some point I'll make a video also of sharing what I've done so far with my reading journal, because I have added a couple more spreads to it. So yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.